Well, at the end of October, I joined Honor Flight Central Coast, California on their trip to Washington, D.C. Honor Flight takes veterans on an all-expenses-paid trip to visit military memorials in their honor, each accompanied by a guardian that pays their own way. One of the most well-known memorials honoring our veterans is the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and it brings back memories of all kinds for veterans that see it in person. This wide-spanning wall has the names of the more than 58,000 U.S. service members that lost their lives during the Vietnam War, and some veterans say this honor flight is in honor of them, those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Some veterans wear their pride on their sleeves and are able to openly talk about their experience in the service, while others have trouble looking back on how many men and women lost their lives defending our country.
It makes me sick when I think about it. Just like other people try and talk to me about it, I said sometimes we can talk about it, sometimes we can't. And I start getting real emotional. You know, I try to talk to them, but I just can't most of the time, you know. But it saddens me to see how many troops that we lost.
Chuck Belmont, a Vietnam War veteran and guardian on the honor flight, was given a special duty while at the memorial. His friend Dave from Arroyo Grande gave him 3 hats to leave at the wall below the names of 3 friends that lost their lives during the war. Belmont did not take that responsibility lightly.
He's the exact same age as my brother, brother-in-laws, uncles. All were affected in some way by Vietnam. And so I just felt this was just not only for my friend Dave, but for my brother Lance, for my uncles, and for everybody that I've known, and there's been a lot. Some came back, some didn't. Some came back not quite the same as they went. And what it meant to me is just to honor all those.
Whether it's on the front lines or helping citizens in war-torn countries become refugees at war's end, everyone's service is meaningful. Belmont recalls a conversation with a former barber in Atlanta, unbeknownst of his story.
And he's doing my hair, and we're talking about this, and he's talking about how he was rescued off the coast of Vietnam by the U.S. Navy. And I kind of told him what I did because I hadn't talked about it much. And he reaches around me and gives me this big hug and says, "You know how I would have ended up." And so those things made me feel good.
It was just really emotional being at that wall. The one thing Belmont made sure to tell me is that every veteran has a unique story, and to never group veterans into one category. Let them tell you their experience, because it will be different than every other vet's. And I experienced that too by talking to these 25 veterans on that trip, and everyone has their own specific story about something that happened in Okinawa or wherever it is, Vietnam, and it was just amazing to hear and see the emotions that were flowing through everyone.
And now you can carry those stories on too, now that you've heard them firsthand.
Truly, and you see just a whole different side of what happens over there.